Welcome to another edition of Thunder and Lightning. I'm your host, Dan, and of course, next to me is the wonderful and talented and beautiful Nikki Nick. What is going on, Nikki?
Hi, you made it back.
I made it back in one piece, Nick.
How was the traffic? It was the marathon today. Well, do you have to go through the city?
No,
did they reroute you? Because they rerouted the Pistons had to take the subway to Barclays. Did you see that because of the marathon? It's just funny.
No, I didn't see that. That's actually really funny.
It's like I don't even take the subway to Barclays.
I know. Well, at least it's the Pistons. No one knows anybody on the Pistons anyway, so it'll be like, oh, all right. Who are these huge guys?
That's true. The bad boy Pistons, they are not.
They are not. No, it was basically a normal Sunday drive for me, honestly. If I had to pick up someone in Staten Island, that wouldn't have happened. But thankfully I was nowhere near the actual route. It was just normal Sunday traffic. So, yeah, no, typical Sunday traffic.
For everybody that doesn't know, Danny actually went to the game today, right? First one since opening day.
Yeah, first one on opening day. My friend's girlfriend didn't want to go, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll go. Thanks, West and Kristen, for the tickets, even though we sucked, but I had a lot of fun with West. And then I had the post-game perk of going on the field after the game for a season ticket holder perk, which was pretty fun. Always
nice.
Cool to see. So I saw a bunch of people that I normally don't see, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, so I guess we're stalling to talk about the awfulness that is the New York Football Giants.
We're just talking about the marathon and traffic and telling everybody where they can find us.
Yes, as always, you can find us on TNL_NYG. We're still workshopping on what the new name should be. We're still keeping Thunder and Lightning, but we're trying to rebrand of all New York sports. Obviously, every other New York sports team and sports-wise are doing much better than what the New York Giants and the New York Jets are doing, so we might as well talk about that as well. So, yes, that's that. And, of course, that Sports Network. You can catch us there as well. Excuse me.
And we're at over 100 subs now, right?
Finally? Yeah, we're at over 100 subs. I think we lost one, so we're at 100.
What?
We're at 101.
Who unsubscribes?
I don't know.
That was, go back and subscribe. Like,
yeah.
Why would you unsubscribe? It doesn't. I subscribe to.
Oh no, we gained 2 today. We gained 2. All right, we're back even. We're up 1 now. When I posted my post game video, we lost 1, and then I was just.
Oh, way to go! Way to fucking go! Way to ruin everything with this.
So we're plus 1 since the last time I looked.
+1. Okay.
So
this is exhausting. You know, we could take the easy way out, but we won't.
No, absolutely not. And as always,
so stop procrastinating. Let's just
no. Before we had to procrastinate for one more thing, as well. We are part of Underdog Fantasy Sports. Type in TNL to get promo code up to $100 after your first deposit. A lot of fun, a lot of overs and unders, fantasy. If you like fantasy and overall gambling, it's a lot of fun. So be sure to check us out, help us out with that, so we can get some sort of monies. We like monies. But money's yeah,
good. We like money.
Money's good. I know Nikki likes diamonds just as well, but we're not asking for too much.
I actually am not a big diamond girl. I'm not a big jewelry girl, honestly.
Really?
If you ever see me,
that's hilarious because you are everything. But jewelry girl isn't you.
It's really not. I just have like a couple staple items that I wear. If you notice, like I don't wear earrings.
Yeah, you know what? I never noticed that. Yeah. Why?
I just don't like the way they look on me. I used to when I was younger. But I don't know. I'm not a big jewelry person. I don't like a lot of things like on me, especially in the summer.
No,
And
yeah, summer
I'm
I
also
get.
always I've been on construction sites for over 10
Right.
years, so I think you just
Fair
get
play.
used to, like, not
Nothing.
wearing jewelry,
Yeah,
right?
you're not a necklace person either.
No, not really. I'm not a necklace person. I'll wear bracelets, but, like, just a couple. So I don't really like things
So
on me.
I gotta make you a BFF bracelet. Got it. Cool.
I don't like a lot of clothes on me. I don't like a lot of things on me.
Yeah, oral fixations apparently is your thing too. But
So I got my
uh,
straw and I can't believe I said that. I mean, to be fair, Danny, that's what it's called.
I know,
Like,
but
well,
a lot of animals and pigs and savages eat them, so you gotta be
they're being
careful.
savages about it, but I meant it in
I know.
like a more medical term. It's not like a medical condition. Whatever. It's like a thing. But I was just wondering like why I always need a drink and why like I won't drink if I don't have a straw. Like I always need to
Mhm.
like have something, right? And so I started reading about it more. Maybe I do have undiagnosed ADHD. Maybe this is part of the problem.
I'm sure you do. All right. As we do not talk about the topic on hand,
All right,
um,
talk about the topic on hand. You were there, so like just lead the way, take it away. We will
so
talk about the tailgate. Let's just preface it and the food. We'll save the best for last. We're going to talk about that later in the show, but let's just get the depressing stuff out of the way.
let's get it going. The Giants, obviously, as you know, the Giants lost 27-22. The first half, they basically ran the Army, Navy, Air Force offense of just running the ball, and they were doing good at the clip that they were running it. Daniel Jones had 0 passing yards going into halftime. Didn't think that was
The
possible.
only the Giants could could accomplish.
Didn't think that was possible, but sure enough, here we are. We saw it in the flesh today.
To,
We got a phantom pass interference, offensive pass interference call for a touchdown that got taken back. Kicked the field goal there. Yeah, no, it's like I was telling our friend Rio, it must be nice to be able to have a team where you don't even have to really open up the playbook. They didn't do much against us today because they didn't have to.
didn't have to.
Uh, a couple of big plays to Terry, 2 touchdown day. I have him in fantasy, so that was cool. A couple Eckler had a good game. I don't have the stats in front of me, but Eckler had a good game. It seemed like
Yeah.
just from the pure eye test, and Jaden just had to make the plays that he needed to, and a couple of big plays towards the end of the game when the game was still in balance for whatever reason, our secondary and linebackers had miscommunications all day long, and they found ways to gash us on big third downs. And where if we made a stop here and there, the hope was still alive. Granted, we would have had to magically find a way to convert a 2 point conversion. We'll get into that later.
Don't get me started on that.
I want to get you started on that because I need you ranting. But yeah, it just seemed for whatever reason the defense just didn't really play up to snub. The offense played better in the second half, maybe because they were able to open it up because they were down by multiple scores. They scored 3 touchdowns
Why can't we
today
just start open? Like why
because it's
can't we?
physically. I don't know. It's annoying.
It's like, oh,
It's
you open it up when it's like, you know,
it's
you're
really
really
annoying.
you're down like, multiple scores, and then it's like, let's open up the playbook. Why don't we
Yeah,
just start with it open and go from there? Let's
we
try
got
that.
we got neighbors involved. We got Slayton involved. We stopped running the ball. But yeah, no.
Yeah, and like what I understand because we were down, but like they never stick with the run.
Okay.
I don't
Yes.
understand this.
I do have a bone to pick.
Go ahead.
Um why is it while we're down 2 scores in the third and fourth quarter, why isn't anything up tempo? Like no
I don't
huddle,
know.
and it's like we're like just like so slow to get through the ball, and it's just like there's like zero momentum, absolutely none, and it's just like too slow. We just gotta like, come on, hurry up. We're down two
There's
scores,
no
man.
sense of
Hurry
urgency.
up. Like there's
Yeah.
none of that. and it's just like I'm over that. I'm just so over it. Um, yeah, I mean, Neighbors had a good second half. Slayton had a good second half. He got hurt and got a concussion. I don't know the final announcement on that was, but that was an interesting play too. That was the pass interference.
Right.
That wasn't an interception, but then it was a fumble. But they said it wasn't a fumble. The ref had no idea what to say in that play. It was
No.
just a clusterfuck. But Wandell had a couple of catches. Theo Johnson had that nice touchdown. I still think he's a rookie and he's not that great yet, but hopefully he turns it around. I'm not really sold on him at the moment. Offensive line sucked. That fumble was amazing. It wasn't even close. They
No,
said it was
at
a
all.
forward pass, and Washington's like, no,
No.
no. How do you even call that? So that was fun. That was a fun 4 plays, right, Nick? Fumble, all right, overturned to the fumble. Washington's ball, pass interference
Yep.
on the one,
Yep.
get stopped at the one, and then score on the next play from Terry. So that was
Yep.
our start of the game. So uh, as always, it's always fun to be at the games. There was a lot of Washington fans. It was like they all came out
Of
of witness
course.
protection. They all came out of witness protection, and
Oh, yeah. Of course. I mean, don't you expect it at this
no,
point?
I 100% expect it. So
It's yeah, listen, I mean, I agree with you on everything. This is
mm-hmm.
part of the reason why we are expanding to all of New York sports because at some point, Danny, you and I make fun of each other and we rip on each other all the time, but generally we are in lockstep on our feelings towards the team. There's been a couple things we disagree on a little bit, but
Yeah,
also, part of this pivot is because, quite honestly, how long could we really just come on here and both say the same thing
I
week after
I
week after week? And
right.
it's just like I'm with you. I feel like there's almost what could you possibly say? Every Giants content creator out there, every Giants podcast is saying the same thing. Yes, some of them go much more in depth than you and I do, but that's not our personalities. And if you guys want that, you can go there. I I need to know what, and Brian Dable said in his presser,
Mm-hmm.
he's going off the analytics. I understand that. You and
Oh
I
my god.
understand that. We all please. Everyone can stop explaining the game of football to me. Why do I have to come on here every week, Danny, and tell people to stop explaining the game to me? I understand it. I get it. You would not do 2 years of a show with me if I was a bumbling idiot and couldn't hold my own. I know that
Yeah.
about you. So I don't need 2 point conversions explained to me. Everyone can stop telling me that. Thank you so much. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what exactly he's looking at because this man is obsessed with the 2 point conversion. Like, I understand why teams do it. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to put it out there because there's a group of people out there, Danny, who think I don't understand
I
why
mean,
teams go for two,
those
right?
those teams have better quarterbacks and better offensive ready to
They
go. Like,
understand why. What is Brian Dable looking at? Like, analytics don't have the human element. Like, it's so
yeah.
frustrating. You're leaving
So
points
he
on the
basically
table. It's a complete, remember when we had Tom Coughlin and it was like, you
right.
don't leave points on the table, right? You kick that extra
Yeah.
point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand using the analytics, but at some point, like, where's your gut feel? Where's your game feel for your team and say, no, I'm just going to kick
So
the extra point.
so I did not listen to any of the post game. So he blamed it on analytics. Just
Well,
say you didn't trust.
he just
Just
said
say
that
you
he
didn't
was
trust the kicker. Just say you don't trust the kicker. Like I would be more okay with that.
he's not going to. We
I
know that.
know, I know that, but like that's
Yes,
how I
the
felt being in
question
the
was brought up.
stands.
I forget it word for word. Like, what was the thought process on going for two? And he said, "Yes, I used I used the analytics. The analytics told me to go for
See,
two." But it's like it's
analytics
always
is
a
ruining the sport.
disaster when we go for two. And I watch these other teams do it like
Mm-hmm.
it's effortless.
Well, other offenses don't look like you're about to go to the dentist and get a root canal
Yeah,
for
at
painful.
least you get
Um.
Novocaine or laughing gas
Oh
for
my
that
god.
shit. At least
Um.
you could zone out for a while. It's just torture watching the
This
Giants.
this seemed to me like I all right, we don't want our practice squad kicker that because we mismanage injuries of the kicking game again, have him. It was like the Tommy DeVito game against the Jets last year. It was just
Oh
like,
god.
oh, we have Tommy DeVito. All right, well, let's not. We are not going to be throwing a pass forward all game long, because we don't trust
Right.
them. And
We
it's
don't
the
trust them.
same.
Remember that.
It's the same feeling with the kicker today, because the one kick he had, he barely made. Fine, whatever. It's just, if you're gonna bring the guy up, you're gonna have to somewhat trust him for some point,
You're
and
gonna need to have some
or
confidence in
or
him.
or why didn't you pick up another kicker? Because you have two on the IR. So what difference does it make?
No,
You're
I'm with
better off.
you there. Yeah, you got to show
Like
a little confidence in your people, a little bit. Like, come
Tommy
on.
DeVito situation all over again in the Jet game last year, and that cost us another win. I'm not saying today we would have won, but you left 2 points on the
2
board
points
when
on the table. I mean, you're just leaving it there. And, you know, at what point, if you were the coach,
right.
I don't think I'd go for two. There are times where I think having
Oh,
balls is great, and it did
I agree.
work.
Let,
It
let
did
me let
work
me
for us.
finish my let me before we get on to the another point. What I don't understand was, we know how painful it is to watch this offense just score a touchdown, let alone field goals. Why are you trying to make it more work on your offense to have to go to multiple times when we aren't that high octane offense that we all, for whatever reason,
Just
they
like you
think?
said, they have no confidence, they have no faith, and
Yeah,
I feel bad because it's like, uh, you know, you kind of you need that. You got to have like
right.
some even any work situation,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like your boss has faith and trust in you to do your job. I mean, you're gonna
Yeah,
have to at some point, or like you said, why didn't you just go get somebody else? Like,
right.
I don't. If you're Brian Dable, you look just like him. If you're Brian Dable, are you calling twos at the frequency that he calls for these 2 point conversions? Like,
Uh, I I personally wouldn't. Obviously, as you saw, he didn't do that with Joseph. I don't know. It's I, I would have kicked the extra point the first touchdown.
100%.
That one was a head scratcher. I'm trying to think which play that was. I'm trying to go back in my brain which 2 point conversion. Oh, that's right. Daniel was rolling into no one was open, and he ran. He tried to run up the middle, and he got stopped, and he almost fumbled. Yeah, that was right in front of my face. So yeah, yeah. I would have. That's just bad. That's just bad. Like,
Everything.
um, it's just bad. Like, no one got open, no one had space, and
Yeah,
Daniel got
nobody was
scared.
open.
All right, here we go. And then the second one was a rollout. No one was open again.
Right.
No one was open again, and then he like ran and tried to get yarded, like try to get space and didn't. So it's just so frustrating. It's
It's
so
beyond
frustrating.
frustrating to watch this, especially when you watch
Yeah.
other teams.
It's
Like I
like
said,
watching a
Nathan's.
different sport. We say it all the
It
time.
really is. I don't know what century or what year I'm even watching this team. And by the way, everybody, it's not just this team. The problem is that it's been a problem for so long. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter like who the coach was or who the GM was. Like none of that seems to matter because how do you solve the same problems over and over and over and over and over
Mm.
again? It just they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And did you okay, so you didn't see Daniel Jones's press conference?
No, but I'm sure it's we're gonna have to continue to work hard, and
Do
we'll
you have
just gonna
anything
keep
on
pushing.
Dable before we move to Daniel Jones? Do you have anything else you want to say about Brian Dable and the 2 point before we move to the next topic?
No, go for it.
Okay, so he said that exactly what you said. They asked him, what you think you went wrong today? And he said, we just have to get better. I have to get better at these things, right? Okay. First of all, I mean, I don't know. I know he's not going to go up there and just be like, I fucking suck. And this one, stopped running on a route, whatever. But like, imagine going to work for like your 6th year in a row and you're not performing and your boss asked you, like, Danny, like, why is this going wrong? What is going on in your department? Why isn't this happening? And you just turn to them for the 6th year in a row for like the same week after week after week. And you say to your boss, I just have to get better at things. We all have to get better at things. Why does that excuse, why is that an like excuse that lasts forever and ever and ever and ever? Why is that?
Well,
Why does he get a pass?
it's not that he gets a pass. What else is he supposed to say? I suck. All right. Well,
Yeah.
next. Yeah, I know.
Not only that, but you're telling everybody, you're telling the media, and then through up speaking at the podium, you're basically telling your boss, like, well, I just have to get better at things. And everybody, we have to work harder. We have to practice harder. We have to get better. It's like,
It's just, it
obviously
seems
he is
hollow.
getting,
It's
no,
very,
but he is getting a pass because they won't bench him.
yeah.
What? They are a 2-win team.
Mhm.
What else do you need from him? What, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, I remember you told me in the summer, well, he gives us the best chance to win. Guess what? It doesn't fucking matter anymore. It
Well, yeah.
really doesn't matter. So
That
why
was
he still,
lollipops and unicorns, and
well,
hopefully
you were in your
that-
Homer era, and that's what caused everybody a 3-week fight in the summer. We fought for 3 weeks over this shit. What else? Like, why would he is getting a pass? Because why isn't he benched? What else do you need to see? You benched Eli Manning.
Yeah, well, that was fun.
But that's my point. Like, he is getting a pass.
No, you're right. Yeah, there's some sort of validity to that because you're right. It's damn.
Like, if you're not performing, then why do you still have a job? I don't understand it. Like, sports is the only industry where you could just underperform year after year after year and make millions and millions of dollars.
Well,
like,
it's just the giant thing because around the league, literally everyone else is giving up on their quarterbacks except for us.
I know. Why is that? You saw that I
don't
retweeted
know.
that list, and I was like, Daniel Jones is still the starter. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
But they are giving him a pass, and it's because they paid him a lot of money and they got it wrong, and they should have paid Saquon. And again, that doesn't mean I think Saquon should be here.
Don't go down that rabbit hole.
I'm not going down that route.
Did you
I'm
see
just
that
saying,
backflip he did? That back hurdle he
no,
did today?
I didn't. No,
It was one of the
he
most
seems happy
outrageous.
in Philly. Like, so fine, be there. But
That
I just
was
feel
one of the
like
coolest
they're
things I've ever
digging their
seen.
heels in with, like, we have to start Daniel Jones because we paid him all this money. Didn't they say in Hard Knocks we didn't pay him all this money to hand the ball off?
Mm-hmm.
What, like, what did you pay him to do? You paid him to win games. You paid him to elevate the game of everybody else around him, and he doesn't do that. So there's more to it, guys. They're singling out the fan base around the planet. Listen to the coach interviews, comparing themselves to the players. No worries, we will. Rid studying states. Okay. Well, I think there's, like Danny said, I mean, they're not going to stand there in their presser and say, you know, we suck, much as I would love to hear that. And we would all love to hear that, because it feels like you have to take some accountability. And it feels like Brian Dable doesn't do that. You know, it's just, well, we have to get better. And the practice thing, what? I'm so tired of hearing we had a good week of practice.
Well, that's been going on for decades.
You haven't had a good week of practice since probably you won the Super Bowl. So shut the fuck up about the good week of practice. It is quite evident you do not have good weeks of practice. You look unprepared every single week. So just stop with that.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Right?
Yeah.
How would you rate Daniel Jones's performance today? 1 to 10.
5, 6. He woke up in the second. He woke up in the second half.
No, well, it was too late.
No, I know, but a 5. We've
you
seen
have
worse.
To come to the game awake.
Yeah. No, I give it a 5. We've seen worse. Sadly, we've seen worse.
But that's really sad.
Yeah, I'm not saying it isn't.
Okay, so do they start him the rest of the season?
No, there's no way. There's just no way.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Well, why do they keep starting him now?
I don't know. I guess there's some sort of time limit, so it doesn't look like they're tanking. I don't know.
Oh, I don't think they're tanking. We've
They're
had this
not
conversation.
tanking. I'm not saying that, but it gives the illusion of tanking if we go, oh, our $40 million quarterback who's underperforming isn't starting anymore, and then it's Drew Lock or dare I say Tommy DeVito, then it's like, oh, here we go again. We're probably tanking.
I can't look any worse than things look right now. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, literally, and I feel like Brian Dable's fuse is getting shorter and shorter and shorter every week.
Oh,
Like,
by the week,
I
yes.
have a really bad temper, and I too have a like hair thin trigger, and I
Mm-hmm.
too have no patience, and I am a hothead, and I probably would be the same way he is, but that's why I'm not an NFL coach, right? Like,
Right.
he is losing his mind almost every single play, penalty, flat. Like, he gets red right away.
Yeah. I
Like
want
the
to
touchdown
know.
that got called back.
I want to be a fly in the wall at Mr. Mara and Mr. Tish's like meetings because, like, obviously they're up disappointed. 2-7, 2-7. There's no
Right.
denying that. The whole Bill Parcells, you are what your record says you are.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Like, but there's that notion that both Dable and Shane are going to be back next year. Like, how can like I made the video last week when Mr. Mara mentioned that they were both safe. How can you possibly say that with a
Mm-hmm.
2-7 record right now? As much as I like both guys, and both guys have done a lot of good and a lot of bad, for them to get another year, sure, but to be like all sure and gung ho about them being back next year is really crazy. Because as we can see, there's a lot of time left to be really, really pathetically bad, and obviously, if
Great.
it's still going that route, there's no way you can bring them both back. There's just no way.
Um, well, to be fair, he did say he doesn't foresee any changes or intend to,
Right.
all intents could change in the next, 8 weeks here. What do we have left? Yeah, 2 months,
Yeah.
right? About 2 months
Yeah.
left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. It feels like forever. It sucks that we wait so long and this is what we get. Like,
Yeah,
again,
for sure.
it just sucks. So are you at the point now? Like, I know you went to the game today. Do you miss going, or are you still glad, like, you know what,
Um,
sell the
uh,
tickets when I can?
um,
And
I'm glad you asked that question because I think everybody that I talked to today, it's the same feeling of there's no hype, there's no positive vibes. It's just, yep, we're here because we have to be here. As much as we all love to be here, yeah, there would be 30 different things that we would rather be doing right now than being at the game. It's just lifeless. It's just like, all right, we're here. Here we go. Another shitty Sunday for our football team, and it's like there's just no pride. There's absolutely zero pride, and if there's pride, it's fake bravado pride. Because let's face it, if you have pride in this team right now, that shame on you. There's just shame on you. Like that's for
I don't think
you,
anyone does. I think even the biggest homers
right?
on
I
social
really hope
media
not.
have flipped. They have flipped.
I
So
hope because it's just so like lifeless. It's
is
just
it
like you're
depressing? Is it depressing to be?
it's beyond depressing, and it's like you show crowd you see the crowd of shots, and it's just like, yeah, all right, woo, we're like trying, and it's just like, meh. I'm just meh.
Well, how?
Um,
I mean, I don't expect you guys to be anything other than that. It's a two-win
yeah,
team, and it's the same
right.
problems every single year.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, guys. Well, we expect you guys to suck anyway. So, all right.
Are
Like,
you
it's
finding
like,
yourself becoming a little more indifferent to the team? Like, if they lose, are you just a little
um,
bit more indifferent towards it? Like, okay,
indifferent. Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't say completely indifferent, but it's just the way they lose. I'd rather them lose by 45 points every week.
and that's the
It's
problem. They're losing these winnable games.
they're losing these winnable games, and and every week during this losing streak, it's like the most excruciating way of like, damn guys, if we were a better team, this play would have been locked up, and we wouldn't have had this issue, and we could have pulled out a win, you know. And it's just annoying stuff like that that's just getting on my nerves.
They were a better team. I think they would have the record would be reversed. I think they would have been 6-2.
And
Honestly, at
that's
least
and
5
that goes to
wins.
show you how quarterback means the world to everyone. Because let's face it, the Commanders are obviously 7-2. They're a very good team. They're basically the same team as last year, and they were a
Yeah.
dumpster fire. And
Yeah.
you get that rookie quarterback that we have all been gaga over, and or just a fresh new quarterback, a new coaching staff,
Yeah.
basically a new facelift, and the whole
Mhm.
vibe is completely changed. And we're just dead and bloated, and we're just like
Wow.
gross.
That was a gross analogy. So,
Well, it
uh,
tended to be because it's how
did
I
you
feel.
miss MetLife? Did you miss it though?
No, I did not miss MetLife
The
at all.
shittiest stadium.
It is it's liveless. It's just there. The
So
house
you
of
will not
cards.
be going to the remaining home games. You are firm in that decision.
Um, no, I think I'm going to one more. I'm going to at least the Saints game in December,
Okay.
and then everything else is up for discussion.
Up for discussion. Okay. Well, I do think I'm happy for the Commanders fan base, right?
Right,
Because I feel like they've waited a really, really long time for this. And I know they're a division rival,
right.
but being a suffering fan, we can relate to that. Yes, we have Super Bowl wins. I understand that. I meant in recent times. So I am happy for that fan base because they finally
I am too,
have
and they
something to
were
get
able to
excited for.
celebrate today. Yeah, there. It was
Were
like
there
you
a
could
lot of
tell.
Commanders fans there?
Good amount. Like I mentioned before, a witness protection. They all came out of witness protection,
Well,
and it's a
yeah,
good
and
thing.
it's not like they had a travel. It's not that bad.
Right,
Travel
right,
wise,
right, right. No, so
you don't really have to like hop a flight. You could drive it,
right,
so
drive
it's
it,
easier
train
for
it.
that. Well, who do we have next week? Oh, we're in Germany, right?
Yeah, we're in Germany against the Panthers.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Munich.
I'm not.
I am. They don't deserve that. No one
Yeah,
deserves
they do.
that game.
They do.
What? Who's the
What?
bigger dumpster fire, the Giants or the Cowboys?
The Cowboys, of course. Come on. They're
They
supposed to
are a
be
dumpster
in the
fire.
Super Bowl every
You know,
year.
you know what I do like about Jerry Jones? He will just be like, he'll just say things. You know, we don't
Our
get that out of John
our
Mara.
poor friend DMV had a garbage bag over his head today.
Ah, okay. Well, we might have to join him. The next when Rio's next NFC East panel, I think we're trying to do it this week sometime. Maybe I don't know if I can do Thursday. I have to let them know. But yeah, maybe DMV and I will come with bags over our heads.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You're
remember the
not.
Saints did that? Didn't they do that?
Yeah.
Weren't they the
You're not
Aints?
wearing a paper bag over your head. Come on. You're too self. You're
Maybe I
too.
should.
Yeah. Well, maybe you get more numbers that way. Oh.
Maybe I should.
Oh.
Maybe I will. The NFC
Okay.
East division is rising again. Well, is it? I feel like
Half of
for
it.
the Eagles and the Commanders, half of us
Yeah.
are, and then the other half of us are sitting in the basement with
Well,
our woe is me, shoulda, coulda,
Thanksgiving.
wouldas, right?
Thanksgiving's gonna be fun.
Oh my god, yeah, and I host Thanksgiving, and of course we have to play the Cowboys, and
We
there's
all suck.
DMV. We all
There he
suck.
is. He's like. It's
There he
like he heard
is.
my. He heard his name like
He
Beetlejuice.
heard us. He heard us talking about him. What is that? Your ears are burning, or
Yeah.
right, or ringing? What is it when they say someone's talking about you?
My ears are burning. Yeah.
Okay, so his ears are burning. Yeah, move over on the couch, man. DV, we've been sitting on the couch. We've been on the couch since week
Yeah.
2.
We have
I
real
mean,
estate on this couch. We have squatters' rights on this couch.
we've been here, man. We have been on this couch. Yeah, I don't think the NFC is quite on the rise. Maybe when the Giants get a new quarterback,
Yeah.
right?
So is
All right.
Christmas.
All right. You're just depressing me. Let's talk about the tailgate. I'm excited to hear
Tailgate
about the food that you had and how,
tailgate was very lackluster.
how you guys told me you had branded drinks and all this food and what
Certain people didn't show up, so the vibes were already down.
you okay,
Um,
I
so
mean, you hyped up this tailgate so much. You said that I shouldn't be invited. Who are we
Commanders,
pulling?
easy.
Hold
Come
on,
on,
let's answer this question. Who are you
Commanders.
pulling
Come on,
for? Commanders or Commanders, 100%. Never
not
the
even
Eagles.
close.
Not even
Never,
close.
never.
So I was expecting all these videos and pictures and this like debauchery because you hyped this up the other day so much
Well,
so that you said I couldn't go and that I would
uh,
need a babysitter.
I blame the Giants for sucking because half the people that I was expecting to be there was not there. So we went hopping from tailgate to tailgate to tailgate.
Oh,
So I didn't really take photos because I didn't really know. I know these people, but I didn't really like. They're not like, oh my god, this is my tailgate. So yeah, I'm gonna use the Daniel Jones. We'll be better next time because the tailgates were fun in their own individual rights, but it wasn't that. Oh my god, this was our fun L16 tailgate because
no,
that wasn't the
DMV, I
case.
did not stand them up. I was told, if you watched last week's show, Danny said I could not go. So I'm not invited to the cookout, the fiesta, or the tailgate. And the reasoning was because supposedly Danny believes I need a babysitter at the tailgate because I will offend everybody about the food selection. And I told him if there's just a bottle of Tito's and a fruit platter, I would be fine and I won't say anything. I mean, I might make a face if there's like a gross hot dog near me, but whatever.
Oral fixations might help it. Uh,
I should have never used oral fixation. The DMs are going crazy. And I just meant it like I always need to drink. I always need to have a
anyway,
straw.
all right.
All right. So what
Two
did you
minutes in the
have?
panel
What
dog.
was this food was so hyped up? What did you have? I mean, you sent me pictures. Were they
It was
chicken
a
nuggets it
different.
looked like?
It looked like I didn't have any of it. It was boneless chicken wings, fried shrimp, and pigs in a blanket. And then they
Oh,
had like a
yeah, no.
seafood
I was
platter.
swiping. I saw the pigs in the blanket. I was like, no.
The other my other friend's tailgate was buffalo chicken wings, which were pretty good. Alan always does an amazing job
With
grilling, but I didn't
bone
take
in or boneless?
bone in, babe.
Yeah,
So
because
that was
boneless
good.
wings are just chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I agree. And then it started off with Johnny's. Johnny's tailgate was good, but it was too early in the morning for meatball meatball sub. But those looked amazing. I would have had 30 of them after the game. But
30 meatball subs.
oh my god, no! I said he had meatballs in a tray, and you put it in a sub. I said I would have eaten 30 of them, being sarcastic, after the game at
What
10
time
o'clock
did
in the
you
morning.
get there? What time did you get there?
9:30, 10 o'clock. So I wasn't having that at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, meatballs at 10
Be,
o'clock in the morning. So
I
what did
wasn't trying
you
to be rude.
eat?
What did I eat? I picked some chips. I had prosciutto bread from John's tailgate. I
Prosciutto
had,
bread?
yeah, it's prosciutto in bread. They put the prosciutto in the bread, like little bacon bits of prosciutto. Delicious. Um, Here we go. Another clip.
I don't think
Um,
so.
so good. Nice and fresh too. So that was that, and then the other tailgate. I didn't touch anything in the other tailgate because I didn't
Oh,
put
why?
it.
Tell me why.
No,
Why?
I
What was
just
it?
didn't want anything. I just
What
didn't
was
want it.
it? What was it?
I don't know. Ooh, this is real talk. Who do y'all prefer in the Giants draft? Why Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, or Jalen Milroe, or Drew Adler? At the moment, I'm going Shador. I haven't really done my homework. I've watched all of them. I definitely don't want Milroe. Out of everyone, Adler has been playing better. This year he looks like a completely different quarterback. So I would consider it, seeing how he does the rest of the way. Um, Obviously, it's gonna come down to Shador or Cam Ward at this moment. Shador just is more polished, as you can see every week. Cam Ward is coming out of not coming out of nowhere, but he is this year's darling seems to be in Giants Twitter. So uh, let's see what happens because Cam Ward's been around for a while, so it's like looking more of like what Jaden Daniels was last year, that no one saw it coming, and then his momentum was so good that hey, look at him now, type of thing. That's how I would consider Cam Ward right now. Um, but Shador has the name, man. He has the cachet. He's prime son, and whenever you see him, he's making plays week in and week out. So, if we were to get Shador, a lot of shit would change. I could promise you that. All these guys, I don't really like Milrow, I'll be honest, but the first two names, if we were to able to get either of them, a lot of vibes would be changing. Right.
Okay. Yeah, I
Right.
haven't done my homework at all. So I'm so glad that you took that
Yeah, no,
question.
Adler looks like a different quarterback from last year to this year. So uh I would like to see, I have to check more of Penn State's games, actually watch it, but yeah, Adler definitely improved a lot this year. So I wouldn't hate
Well,
it.
I guess we're getting one of them, right?
You would think we thought we were gonna get JG McCarthy, and that didn't happen.
They
So
didn't want him, passed on him for Malik Neighbors. All right, so the
no.
tailgate that you passed on the food, what was there that you didn't want though?
It was the pigs in the blanket, boneless
Oh, the
wings,
ones you
and
sent me. Yeah, I wouldn't have. Yeah. So what would I have eaten if I went with you today? Nothing?
um no, the second tailgate had raw shrimp, like shrimp cocktail. You would have ate that.
Okay, I could do that. I like shrimp. You don't
Um,
though, right?
no, no. Do
Yeah.
you like? Yeah, you wouldn't eat like um, you wouldn't eat like guacamole and stuff, right? And
So,
chips.
if there's no tomatoes in it, like maybe a
All
bite or
right,
two. Like
I didn't study it. Would you have eaten? Would you eat the guacamole?
it depended what was in it, and if it
Okay.
was super spicy or not. If there were tomatoes in it, maybe like a
Mhm.
bite or two. Yeah, like I'm not the biggest guac fan because there's usually like
But if you had to
tomatoes,
eat
onions.
something, that would have been it, right? Um,
Unless somebody had like a soft pretzel somewhere, then I would have
no,
eaten that.
well, I no, only in the stadium. So
Yeah, and they're shitty in the stadium because it's the worst food ever. So probably like I would have brought fruit just so I had
yeah,
some.
yeah, probably. And
All right.
then I had my turkey sandwich ready for me when I got home. On the ride home, so that was good.
Oh, so you ate in the car?
Yeah, yeah. And then I
Turkey
had popcorn.
sandwich.
What? Yeah,
Turkey.
simple. Gotta be simple, you know.
I don't know. All right, so you
And
had
then
your dinner and you're gonna have popcorn.
no, I had popcorn at the game.
Oh, okay. With butter?
Yeah, they all it was all buttered. It wasn't
Ugh,
like the squeezed butter. It was just already in and skip.
ugh, I can't stand it. All right, so you're full. You're not eating anymore today.
Yeah, probably full.
Probably full. Okay. Well, I'm actually starving, so I haven't
Mm.
eaten.
At
I had
all?
a well, I had a salad for lunch, but it's
Okay.
9:15, so like 9 hours since I've eaten. I think it's time to eat
Wow.
something.
Well, that's why you look like you do in a
Not
positive way.
intentional. I just was watching the game. I was full for a while, but you know what? The time change. Like I feel like we've been up for like
Yeah, so
25 hours.
it's technically 10:15 our
Yeah.
bodies think.
Yeah. So our
Yeah.
bodies are a little off. So I don't know what I'm gonna eat. Maybe a yogurt bowl. I'm feeling a yogurt
That
bowl.
works.
Strawberries have been like rocking lately. Maybe I'll do some strawberries, some almond butter, granola. That sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. Before
All
we do
right.
that, do you have any predictions for next week? Do you think they could beat Carolina?
I mean, if we can't beat Carolina, that's Daniel Jones's last game coming out of the bye.
I agree with you.
Um, the same old shit, Nick. I don't know. Every week it's the same old crap.
Every week is the same old shit, which is why we
Thank you
are
for hanging with
transitioning
us. Honestly, all jokes aside,
to all New
this
York sports.
one positive, the Knicks look decent. Our offense is the highest scoring the first four
Yeah.
games in Knicks history, so that's good. So
All right. Yeah, I know. Something to hang our hats on.
So as always, thanks for watching us on That Sports Network and of course TNL_NYG. Please sure to check us out every Monday and Sunday night for every other New York sports updates, and particularly New York Giants and New York Knicks and New York Liberty. Come check us out as always on TNL_NYG and That Sports Network. I'm Danny. That's Nikki. We are the New York Sports Show about nothing. Until next time, catch you guys later. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.